wonder today, chicken pot pie soup. Now, before we get into this hearty soup, let's talk about the biscuits, because we gotta have some biscuits to really mimic those chicken pot pie flavors. Now, if you wanna make a homemade biscuit, more power to you. I have a great recipe for that on my site. But if you're looking to take a bit of a shortcut today, like I am, go ahead and just use your favorite biscuit. I like these, they're my favorite from the freezer aisle. Pop them in the oven. By the time we're done with our soup, they'll be ready. All right, for the base of our soup, we're gonna start with some butter. Now, if you didn't wanna use butter, you could use something like olive oil, but I've got 4 tablespoons of butter here. It's really going to establish a great flavor and get things going. While the butter melts, let's talk about what comes next. It's a classic for any soup, mirepoix, which is just a fancy way of saying carrots, onion, and celery. Now that we've got our mirepoix going, let's add a little bit of garlic. And these are just those frozen cubes that I like so much. Smells so good. Now that we've got a great base for our soup, we want to thicken it up. So I'm going to add about 1/3 cup of flour. Just sprinkle this in. And I want to stir it around and let it cook for a minute or so. We want to cook out any of that chalkiness that you might get from the flour. But the flour is so important because what it does is it makes it so our soup will thicken up really nicely. Almost like a chowder in a way. So let it go for about a minute or so. On to our liquid. So I am using both chicken broth and milk today. About 4 cups of chicken broth and 2 cups of milk. If you wanted to make it even richer, you could substitute the milk for heavy cream. I wouldn't complain about it. And the milk. You'll see that it's got that creamy appearance already. Let's even add some more heartiness with some potatoes. I'm gonna add 1 pound of diced Yukon Gold potatoes. Some chicken. You can't have chicken pot pie soup without some chicken. Now everyone has arrived at the party. We gotta allow these flavors to really build upon each other. So we're gonna bring this to a simmer, let it go for about 15 minutes until those potatoes are cooked all of the way through, and then it's going to be time for the secret ingredient, which makes all the difference. All right, after 15 minutes, we've allowed those potatoes to cook through and really develop some great flavors. Oh, it smells so good. Now, while I'm here, I'm just gonna give a little love to this Dutch oven. It's one of 3 pots and pans that I consistently use, especially when I'm making soups and stews. This is the perfect recipe for it. All right, I teased the secret ingredient. Before we go there, let's add some peas. I love these frozen petite peas. If there's one ingredient that I keep in my freezer all the time, it's these bad boys. And they are awesome. They're sweet, they're colorful, they add texture. I use them all the time in my cooking. Last but not least, we got to add that secret ingredient, which is lemon. I love lemon, especially in any sort of chicken soup. It's a vibrant flavor, it really brightens things up, and it is such a great complement to those chicken flavors. So let's add some lemon juice here, about the juice of half a lemon or so. Once you start adding lemon to any sort of chicken soup, chicken noodle, chicken and orzo, chicken pot pie, you'll never go back. Oh, it looks so good. Now that our soup is nearly ready, I don't want to forget about those buttery biscuits. Go pick those up from the oven. Oh, baby. Biscuits. They look great. They're nice and golden brown. They're going to be soft in the center and the perfect complement to my soup. Speaking of which, let's dish it up. Remember, we've got the potatoes, we've got the carrots, the celery, the onion. And you'll notice all of those creamy flavors and textures that really mimic a chicken pot pie. Lastly, I want to add a little bit of fresh parsley on top. And when it comes to chicken pot pie soup, I like to put my biscuit right in there. Soak up some of that flavor. Deliciousness. Can't help myself.